Last week, during one of my live pronunciation training sessions, a student said, "But Morgan, I avoid raising my voice like that because I feel like I'm being exposed. It feels like a performance." And this, my friend, is exactly why we need to have this conversation. So today, we're going to talk about a word that's hard to pronounce and sometimes hard to do in life and in English: vulnerable. We'll discuss how to pronounce it and what it means to be vulnerable in English, because that's when real transformation happens. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Morgan, the founder and head coach of Yash Accent, where we help immigrant women to speak English clearly, confidently, and authentically without changing who you are. Let's vulnerable. There are 4 syllables, and the stress will be on vul. So we're going to start with that V. Your teeth will touch your lip. V. We want a voiced vibration here in the throat. V. And then your jaw will drop for that short U. Va. And then the L is something that we call a dark L because it comes after a vowel. So your tongue will stay low and it will go in the back here and you'll feel it deep in your throat. Oh. I like to think about like if you take some water, oh, and gargle, oh, so vul, and you want your voice to go higher, louder, and longer. Vul. Good. The next syllable is ner. So your tongue is up for the N on the alveolar ridge. And then this is that the schwa R. So your teeth are apart and your lips come out. And just focus on like a mad dog, grr, or So ner. So vulner. And then the third syllable is just the schwa. So it's a lazy vowel sound. Your tongue will be low, but your mouth doesn't really open. There's not much movement. Like you don't care. Vulnera. And then the final syllable is a consonant cluster. We're going to bring that B sound with the L. So you're going to bring your lips together for the B, and you're going to push air, but it will vibrate here in your throat. B, bull. Kind of like the animal, bull. Vulnerable. So let's take it back chaining. Bull. Vul. Now together, vulnerable. You try. Now that you know how to pronounce vulnerable, why does pronunciation require being vulnerable? Well, the student who told me that she felt exposed, like she was performing in English, is not alone. I hear this so often. I hear my students say, "I know the words, but I freeze." Or "I don't feel like myself when I speak English," or "I hate hearing my own voice," or "I'm scared people will judge me," "I don't want to be asked where I'm from." That's why in Yash Accent, I don't just teach tongue placement or jaw movement, I teach mindset. Because the way you think about yourself as a communicator impacts your identity, impacts your courage. And to do that extra work requires vulnerability. Have you ever thought that pronunciation is connected to your emotions? If you're worried about being judged or how you sound, your voice could become quiet, your chest could tighten. But when you are intentionally vulnerable, intentionally speaking the sounds that feel awkward in your mouth, when you're intentionally speaking in a pitch that's not the one that you normally speak in, when you're intentionally using different words than you're used to using, you will feel vulnerable, but that's where the transformation happens. That's where change is. Change happens when you leave your comfort zone. Let me ask you this question. If you keep doing what you've been doing, what you've been saying, how you've been speaking, how you've been showing up, what will change? Will anything change? No. Change requires being and doing differently. And that's hard. I'll tell you, it's hard, but it's worth it. I am so proud of you for being here because learning new concepts about English, learning how to use your mouth differently, even speaking in English is beyond your comfort zone. It requires you to be vulnerable. Now, if you're ready to get some professional help, I'd love to see you in an accent evaluation. This is a 45-minute live session where I listen to you speak. We talk about your goals, your aspirations in English, your current lifestyle. I listen for your speaking, your listening, and how you read in English, and identify your top 10 pronunciation challenges so that you can immediately learn how to improve in English, know what to do and how to do it, and have clarity. No more guessing. You don't have to do this alone. I'm here for you, and I'm here for you every step of the way. Thank you for being vulnerable, for being here with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.